What's going on, Jeromes? Beautiful Monday, birds are chirping and stuff, and it's time to start off the week with a little bit of Q&A. Thank you, everyone who submitted questions. Periodically, in the community tab, we'll ask for questions for the videos, so there you go. First up, Sir Beans, major targets in free agency next year with expected cap space. Now, the Vikings looking at $100+ million in cap space. A lot of the bad veteran contracts cleared up. Kwesi and Brzezinski have done a fantastic job. Justin friggin' Jefferson, Christian Darrisaw looking to get paid, but also the Vikings. So this is a bit of a trade-off, too. So the Vikings, a little bit bereft of draft picks. They can definitely supplement the rooster in terms of free agency. Not only supplementing with mid-level and low-level free agents, which all teams do very well, but going all in. Just really taking a big-time swing. And the Vikings, I mean, the NFLPA thing is legit. And, yes, millions are millions, but state income tax and cost of living and also climate also is a factor as well. But tier 1 facilities, tier 1 culture, and also tier 1 availability of cash, yeah, kind of like it. So I have two crushes. Ideally, come away with one of them, if not both. So Creed Humphrey of the Chiefs, pride of Oklahoma, physical freak. I mean, Creed Humphrey was what Garrett Bradbury was supposed to be. It is what it is. And multi-time Super Bowl champion, and he is one of the best centers in the league, if not the best. And the Chiefs are in a bit of a pickle. So obviously they want to take care of their guys. But Mahomes, big contract. Chris Jones, big contract as well. Kelsey's not cheap, but who knows how long he's going to play. Jumpin' Joe Thuney is on a major contract as well. And the cap is indeed a myth, but at the end of the day, you can't pay premium contracts to everyone. And yes, they could franchise tag him, but also that hasn't really been the Chiefs' MO per se. So it could be like like they did with L'Jarius Sneed, a tag and then trade to the Titans, but this time tag and trade to the Vikings. Of course, the Vikings don't have any draft picks, but whatever. Let me dream, man. Let me dream. Or the real deal with Aleem McNeil. Now, the Lions taking care of Goof and Penei Sewell and Amon St. Brown. I mean, that could free up the franchise tag, but Aleem McNeil, a pride of NC State, former running back, loved him in the draft. I was kind of pissed off that Detroit picked him up, and he's turned into one of the more slippery defensive interiors in the game. Absolutely love Aleem McNeil's game. Travarius Ward with the Niners. He's going to be a little bit older, but still is quality outside corner. And, Ward, again, is like another one of the Kansas City guys that they draft, they develop, and then they allow to leave in free agency. That's what Ward was before he signed with San Francisco. A.J. Terrell of the Falcons. He's a dog. I love me some A.J. Terrell. He's like one of the lone bright spots on the Falcons defense besides Bates. And then also Quinn Meinerz from the Broncos. And yes, hey, did it work out last time when the Vikings signed a former day 2 offensive lineman from the Broncos? As I cough and die. I mean, Reisner worked out. Yeah, but Meinerz, pride of Whitewater with the belly. Kind of like it. So that's what's exciting, too, is that the Vikings, they already have young quality at a bunch of premium positions, but also they're going to have ammunition to really go for the pin in free agency and just really take some big time swings. It's going to be good. Byton Jorgensen nailed it. I didn't think the national media would hate on Caleb like they seem to JJ if he was drafted by Minnesota instead of the Bears. So I think that they would find ways to hate on Caleb Williams. Right now, everything is pie in the sky with the national media, and they're talking about the Bears going 11-6, maybe win the division, maybe. I even saw an article that was like, hey, could Caleb Williams win the Super Bowl in his rookie year? Okay, but if Williams was somehow here in purple, even though, yes, you even have better weapons than Moore, Rome, and Keenan Allen, and also have a much better left tackle, and you have a much better play caller, and you're going to have better defensive pieces. Sorry, Eberflus. They'll still find a way. All of a sudden, his antics are blah, 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 blah. Oh, the fingernails. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Nah. Now, Caleb Williams is going to be a stud, but I still think Chicago is going to ruin him, and it's not going to be any of his fault. Mac 12. If J.J. McCarthy is a bust, 0.0001% chance after Sam Darnold's contract is up, what is the backup plan? So the backup plan is not having a backup plan. So that really is where the Vikings are at, all in. So Darnold's on a 1-year deal. I do think that given all the reasons that McCarthy could succeed, Darnold certainly could as well. He's surrounded by talent as well as quality coaching for the first time in forever. Also, don't discount his 1 year with San Francisco and the Shanahans last year. I think that could have really helped his development, even though he was just Brock Purdy's backup. But also, I mean, I don't see them taking a swing at a quarterback in free agency. I don't think that they just pull a 180 like that. So I don't think that they would sign Tua or Dak or anything like that. I don't think that they would squander all that cap space that they just freed up. I don't think that's going to happen. Also, the draft, I don't know, like McCarthy would have to come out and be just David Carr and for them to move on like that. But I don't see that either. No. Next. Butter flaky crust. What do the Vikings need to accomplish this year to keep Kevin O'Connell and Cam off the hot seat? Well, I think that you have to see the potential of the future. Now, if they just come out and have a stinker of a season where there's no call, no show, no hope, the draft picks all look horrible, and there's infighting and the culture ain't working and the softness is not working out, then you could see like an implosion. But I don't think that happens. Like win, lose, or draw, this team has a good culture. This team is going to have a good fight in them. This team is going to surprise a lot of people. The defense is going to be one of the more upsides in terms of pass rush, and offensively, I mean, the weapons are there, whether it's Darnold or J.J. McCarthy, just handing them the keys to a Ferrari. I mean, somehow this could work out. Maybe not. Maybe the kid needs to be behind the wheel of a Camry. Who knows? But I feel like even if the Vikings somehow end up 7-10, 6-11, as long as there's positive trends in all the right spots, especially with McCarthy, I think everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be all right. Lastly, Lovely Lad. I personally believe McCarthy was a game manager because of Harbaugh's offense. He's building a similar scheme in L.A. What do you think? Absolutely. And you look at Harbaugh, wherever he's gone, his quarterback has always been on a regulator. It's always been on a governor, right? Even Andrew Luck at Stanford was operating under center. A lot of handing off, a lot of play action. A lot of things, like same thing with Alex Smith, same thing with Kaepernick with the Niners, same thing with Josh Johnson back at the University of San Diego, go Toreros. So I really do think it is a function. And McCarthy, he's got all the upside there. Like, he's got a live arm. He does have mobility. He has high football IQ. When asked to make a big-time throw in the fourth quarter or on third down, he does it, right? And we said this before, like McCarthy could have gone to Oregon or Tennessee or wherever and thrown it 40, 45 times a game and put up huge numbers, and would have affected draft stock? Sure. I think a lot of people would have put a lot more stock in that, but he at the end of the day, he's the same player, but he's got a winning mentality. He's not a prima donna. He's not absorbed about his stats. All he cares about is winning, and he will do whatever it takes to help the team. He will operate within the parameters of the offense. He has the most snaps under center of any of the quarterbacks in this year's draft. He's one of the highest graded off of play action. He's one of the highest graded off of play action boot, and those are all hallmarks of the Kevin O'Connell offense. But of course, we got to make the Michael Jordan joke where it's like, hey, Dean Smith is the only player to ever hold Michael Jordan under 20 points. But MJ, before he went to the Bulls and became the high volume, high flying Michael Jordan that we know, he was a team player. Exactly like J.J. McCarthy. Now, Jordan had all the skills of being a scorer, being a great defender, being a great creator as well, but he played within the system. He played within the four corners offense at North Carolina. You pass and share the ball, everything like that, and Michael Jordan did it. Respect to him. And Jordan could have gone to any other college and just put up 45, 50 a game like Pete Maravich style, but he didn't. He wanted to win at North Carolina. He won a natty, hitting the game winner as a true freshman. And I do think that in a lot of ways, I mean, well, J.J. McCarthy growing up in Chicagoland, although he's a little bit too young for MJ. The Bulls growing up, he probably had posters of Zach LaVine on his wall. But in terms of, I just feel like McCarthy has it. You can't qualify it, you can't quantify it, but he just has this edge where he's going to find a way to beat you. Now, I mean, is it as straightforward as it was with Jordan or, say, with Kobe? Probably not. I mean, McCarthy seems like every 21-year-old broccoli-haired bussin' college kid, right? But I think he's got that dog in him. And I think that eventually, like, he's going to be a quarterback that you win with to start, just like Tom Brady was, with the Patriots. Like, people forget, like, the first couple Patriots Super Bowl wins, Brady was a game manager. I think he threw for like 154 yards in the first Super Bowl against the Rams. But eventually, once he got some more experience, once he got some more seasoning, once he got some more confidence in this league, he became that dude. And I think that McCarthy could follow a very similar career path. But that's it. That's that Q&A on this beautiful Monday. You guys are the best you know what to do. Skol, production value.